Okay, well, I have an update, and admittedly, right now, I'm very pissed off and feeling hurt. My mom had another one of her manipulative fits again. Um, I called the zoo because, my boyfriend and I, we have discussed, like marriage and trying to find an area where we would get married. And the zoo sounds like a pretty cool place. They had some event areas there. Um, so yeah. Um, so I called up the zoo today and was just checking, what spaces were available. Apparently, there's only two that would be available for me because of lack of people. Um, the other areas are to accommodate people. Weddings with a much more people coming, um, but with mine, with ours, it would be about around at tops around 80, like maybe 88 people. Um, and so yeah, and they do the catering themselves at the zoo, and with extra charge, it looks like they'll also do entertainment and provide alcohol. And I think I heard something about actually being able to pet some animals, so that's cool. I think with the decorations too, they said it might cost extra. I maybe not that might be provided along with the catering. Um, but yeah, being that I'm gluten intolerant and I'm lactose intolerant, and my boyfriend just hates the smell of seafood. So yeah, he hates it. He doesn't have an allergy like me. He just doesn't like the smell. So as I'm on the phone with the zoo, I'm asking, are they able to make a menu? The food that that they cater, are they able to make it gluten free and lactose free and no seafood anywhere? It says it's not that he's intolerant; he hates the smell of it, which gave the woman a chuckle on the other end of the line. Um, all in all, it seemed to go well. I'm supposed to be going down to the zoo um, the week after the next week, and going to be checking out these two event areas and pretty much recording video and taking pictures and sending to my boyfriend and seeing how he likes them or if he doesn't like it at all. I mean, if he doesn't like it, then it's definitely a no-go. Because honestly, I don't want to just go and plan a wedding without him. I know a lot of women, it seems like they go and plan the wedding. Um, but I'd really like to make this about us rather than about me. So, I check in with him, like, things that he would like and things he doesn't like, and, like, I like the idea of fairies, and he's cool with that, but he likes the idea of space aliens, so it kind of got the idea we're just gonna do this. Yeah, you're probably just going to see, space characters and fairy characters in one room, all together. Um, so it might be a little entertaining and funny, but yeah. Um, but being as I had to ask about the menu, um, when I got off the phone, my mom was already getting on to me and upset with me. She's like, "What? So you expect everybody else to eat gluten free?" And this is something that they have been going on with me about. Like, they act like all my food is horrible. And it's like they have to humiliate me because I'm gluten intolerant. It's like I didn't wake up and decide to be gluten intolerant. I was just honest with her. I'm like, look, the food doesn't taste bad. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. If it did, they wouldn't be serving it. That's something, about restaurants, and, they have to make sure that their food tastes good. I mean, for God's sakes, they're selling it. They want to keep making money. They're not going to sell gluten-free food that is just not worth your time. Um, except for Olive Garden. I had that once, and I admit I did not like their pasta, so... I admit that's like one gluten-free thing out there in the gluten-free world of restaurants. I did not like it very much at all. No offense. Just wasn't my favorite. Um, but their fish is good, and I freaking love their salad. I know I'm lactose intolerant, but and that's too bad I can't eat their salad anymore. But I have to admit that salad was freaking good. If I didn't have such problems with my body, I probably would go to Olive Garden just for the salad. I love that stuff. Too bad for me, though. But, getting off track. I pretty much told her, look, that day's special. And I'm so always having to be careful what I'm eating. And I would like a day, and particularly because that day's special, I would like a day where I don't have to be careful what I'm eating. And have to worry, is this gluten-free or is... excuse me, or is this not gluten-free? And my mom just starts yelling at me and is just infuriated with me. That I would want gluten-free food. Um, so pretty much I've been harassed. I've been humiliated now at this point, and, um, and then she's telling me, well, I'm not paying for it then. If you want it gluten-free, I'm not paying for it. And I just looked at her and said, nobody asked you to pay for it. So I am being humiliated, I'm being demeaned, and I'm being harassed, and then I'm having money held over my head now. Money that I did not ask to be there, but it's being held over my head, and I'm at this point inwardly just thinking, fuck it. I didn't ask for your help. And this isn't your wedding. Now I'm beginning to see why some brides get really stressed out during time of planning weddings. You've got a lot of people that think they know how to plan it for you. And they want you to plan your wedding the way that they want their wedding planned that they've already had that is done now and years ago. Apparently they've been, I guess, dreaming up and planning your wedding for you this whole time, and absolutely had no consideration whether you have allergies or not. They just want to make sure it looks good and feels good to them. So, I'm beginning to see and understand why so many brides get stressed out during wedding times. I mean, for God's sakes, maybe that's also why grooms get stressed out. It has nothing to do with that they don't, if they have enough love in their relationship or not. It has to do with that their family members are driving them crazy. Um, so yeah, my mom really just threw a tantrum and came unglued over this. Uh, and I'm not backing down or changing my mind, to be honest. I feel like my whole life I'm always accommodating to everybody. I'm always having to be accommodating to the fact that they're not gluten intolerant and I am. I would like a day, especially if it's a special day between me and my boyfriend, where I don't accommodate to anybody. I shouldn't have to accommodate to them. It should be a day that, me and him get to celebrate that we're coming together. It doesn't mean I shouldn't be accommodating as to make sure everybody's got food and that, that they're happy. Of course that's going to happen, but, to be so damn accommodating that it's not my wedding or my boyfriend's wedding, but it's everybody else's wedding, I think that's absolutely selfish and ridiculous. So my mom threw a fit, and eventually she just shut up about it when we're on the road. Now that I think about it, that's when she did shut up. She was making this complaint when we were in a parking lot, and this is partly why I say she manipulates and she does it for attention. I mean, why'd she do it in a parking lot? And then shut up the moment we got up on the road. Uh, Unless there was somebody there she wants to have attention from, you're parked. And she did it again. Once we got into another parking lot for someone to check our car, she pulled up right in where the mechanics were, and it immediately starts right off again. And, at this point, I'm really sick of it, and I said, why did you wait till we got here? And you rolled down your window. You gotta make sure everybody hears you. You trying to get attention? I called her out on it. I was really sick of this. I'm like, and as usual, she brushed off what I said, didn't even acknowledge it. At this point, I'm crying. I'm sick of being humiliated. I'm sick of being harassed here, and treated like a piece of shit because I'm gluten intolerant, as if I'm just trying to make everyone suffer. And she's, throwing a tantrum again. It is pulling out the, well, I'm not paying for it card, and I'm just like, no one asked you to pay for it. And, again, I told her, why are you waiting till we're up here by the mechanic? You just want attention. And I think about the third or fourth time I said it, she finally said, oh, really? And it just rolls up her window. She goes, well, I'm rolling up my window down. See, now it's all private. Now it's secret. And I'm like, they can still hear you. And you waited till we were right here. And then when we get on the road, it immediately just shuts it off again. She stopped. And at this point, I feel drained. I feel tired. I feel hurt. I'm just tired. And, I'm like, why do you do this to me? I'm like, you did this at Walmart too. You asked why I was angry with you, and even when I replied I wasn't, every 5 minutes you kept saying, I'm sorry for making you so angry. I don't know what I did to make you angry. And I should have known it was just like so and so. I should have known this wouldn't last. And I'm like, you. And then she starts getting angry with me, and she goes, oh, that's right. I'm mentally messed up. I'm a psycho. And I'm like, I never said you were a psycho or something like that. I was not about to tell her that I think she wasn't mentally needing help. I do think she needs that. And I'm not a liar, so I'm very open, and you may not like what I have to say sometimes, but I will be honest. So I didn't deny that part, but I did say I never called her a psycho. And she lashes out at me a lot about what oops, sorry. Almost said a name there I didn't mean to say. Caught myself there just in the nick of time. My sister, the one that left, she lashes out at me about that a lot. Oops. So yeah. You know, so being that she lashes out at me a lot about things that my sister said to her and none to her, I'm gonna take a really good guess my sister called her psycho then, and mentally needing help, or whatever the words was, mentally messed up, was her words. So yeah. But the thing is, my point is, it was just another moment where my mom was just being manipulative and trying to stir trouble, only waiting until we were in a parking lot or somewhere people could hear her or see her, so she can draw in attention and make me look like a bad person for no reason. I'm not even sure why she wants to make me look like a bad person. Those people, they're complete strangers. It's not like they're going to see us again. Um, so I don't know why she wants that attention so terribly, but I really think that's why she does it. Um, so yeah, just had another one of those moments today. It sucked, and I definitely cried a lot. It was really hard dealing with again. But yeah, that's just an update about how things are going and things that have happened today. Um, so yeah, not a good day. I understand accommodating to your family to a certain extent, but to the point that they are trying to control what will happen to your wedding, that I think is absolutely rude and selfish. That's none of their business to have a say in that. That is between two people only to have a say over that. And it's not easy living gluten free. And I don't think that's fair that she would expect there to be a lot of gluten there on a day that would be my wedding. Um, that's I just thought that was very selfish and rude of her. It would be like if she provided catering for my baby sister and everything, or almost everything, had kiwi or pineapple in it, something my baby sister has an allergy to. My mom would not have it. She would make sure that there was no kiwi or anything my sister had an allergy to there at all. But as for me, it's like she has to insist it's there, and she has to act like I'm some terrible person and humiliate me. And it's hurtful. And if I'm honest, I think my mom's just honestly, all in all, acting like a complete bitch. It it's not okay to behave that way. It's not okay. It's not nice. So sorry. I'm gonna stop blabbling on now. Today just was not a good day. It was just a kind of a tear-filled day, and trying to hold myself together again day. Um, but if anybody's watching this, I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening, and goodbye now.